Hello, welcome to Revenant Reads. I'm Ben, and this is my pile of possibilities for quarter one of Historathon 2024. So 2024 is a year-long event where we read, discuss, and celebrate nonfiction history. This will be the second year that Historathon is running, and we have divided the year up into 4 quarters, each quarter looking at a different time period. The first quarter, which goes for January, February, March, we look at prehistory up to the year 500 CE or AD 500, whatever you want to call it. Essentially, if you want to participate in this quarter, you read a nonfiction history book that deals with that very long time period. And you can choose whatever you like, whatever you're interested in. The other quarters will be coming along the way. But I thought that I would show you the books that I plan to get to, or at least I hope to get to, in the first quarter of Historathon. My focus is going to be the ancient Near East and also the Roman Empire. Last year, I focused pretty heavily on on ancient Greece. I'm going to show you the ones that, some of these I know I'm going to get to. Others, a couple I'm just not too sure about. So for the ancient Near East, I plan to read this one here, The Babylonians, an Introduction by Gwendolyn Leake. I'm not sure exactly. It's a slim volume introduction, it seems, to the Babylonians. Something that I don't know a whole lot about. I do believe that one of my co-hosts for Historathon, Bill Rutenberg, I think he read this for quarter one last year, or Historathon 2023. But it's a pretty slim volume. I think it's only about 150 pages, and hopefully it will be a good introduction. I'll say I don't know a huge amount about these books. I can't say much more than just kind of show them to you and give you what I think they're going to be about. So this is going to be the first book I think I'm going to read about the ancient Near East. And this is one of the ones I'm most excited about. Irving Finkel's The First Ghosts, Most Ancient of Legacies. So I guess it may help just to read the back here, which I don't usually read the back, but this one's pretty short. There are few things more in common across cultures than the belief in ghosts. They have inspired, fascinated, and frightened us for centuries. Yet most of us are only familiar with the vengeful apparitions of Shakespeare, or the ghastly specters haunting the pages of 19th century Gothic literature, but their origins are much, much older. A world-renowned authority on cuneiform, Irving Finkel has embarked upon an ancient ghost hunt, scouring these tablets to unlock the secrets of the Sumerians, Babylonians, and Assyrians to breathe new life into the first ghost stories ever written. So I am somebody who loves the sort of academic study of ghosts. And I don't mean like ghost hunting. I'm not somebody who necessarily believes in ghosts, but I am fascinated by how and why we tell stories about ghosts, especially within historical contexts. And Irving Finkel, I know, is somebody who is quite fun. I'm familiar with him, especially through his, because he works at the British Museum, through his videos. He is also the person who found the cuneiform tablet, which helped him to basically figure out the rules for the earliest board game that we have, that we know how to play, that we now know how to play because of what he found. That's the Royal Game of Ur, which is not a bad game. For thousands of years old, it's actually a pretty decent two-player racing game. I've played it many times, both with students and with friends, and they're all actually surprised at the end by how much fun they have with it. So yeah, Irving Finkel is somebody who is a lot of fun to look up and watch his videos. So this is probably one of the ones I'm most looking forward to. And also with the ancient Near East, I got this thing. Sapiens: A Graphic History by Harari. Now I know that there is some controversy about the actual regular book Sapiens. This is a graphic novel. Now I know that there's, like I said, people have pretty mixed feelings about the Sapiens book. This is the second volume, actually, though, of the graphic novels. I don't have the first volume. And this one is Pillars of Civilization. I have this because I got it from Hamilton Books earlier in the year, I guess, which is an online book retailer out of Connecticut, which they have usually really good prices and really interesting selections. And I got this really cheap. It was only like maybe $2 or something. So I thought, hey, it was worth a shot. And we'll see. I mean, this is about the agricultural revolution in graphic novel form, and I'll give it a shot. I don't know what to think of it, but I'll report back when I do. But this one and that first book should be fairly quick reads. And all three of these I really hope to get through in January. So this is going to be most of my January reads. If I really read fast and get through everything, I might also be able to get to the Roman Empire at the end of January, maybe. If I do, it'll be this one, which is a pretty slim book. This is Philip Freeman's Hannibal, Rome's Greatest Enemy. I've read a couple of books about Hannibal Barca, and he is endlessly fascinating to me. So I thought I really need to get this. I love the actual cover design of this as well. I'd seen some people reading this last year for quarter one of Historathon, and knew I had to get it. So once I was able to start buying books again after last year's book buying ban, this is one of the first ones I ended up picking up. So again, should be a pretty quick read, and hopefully by maybe the end of January, definitely the beginning of February, I should be reading that. In February, I know I'm also reading this, Polybius, the Histories. I'm going to be doing group read with this. For the last couple of years, we've been doing group reads of ancient historians. Last year, we looked at Xenophon. The year before that was Thucydides. The year before that, really, it was Herodotus. So this time, it is Polybius. Now, Polybius has multiple books of history. I believe, from what I understand, only the first 5 books are complete, and everything else is fragments. This Oxford World Classics edition has the first 5 books, and it also has excerpts from 6 and 12, I think. So I think most of the people are in the reading group. A lot of them have different editions. So some of them have more complete editions. Some of them, I don't know, maybe it's less than this. This is at least what I hope to get through. I'm interested because, again, Polybius does actually talk about Hannibal. So this should be a nice companion piece, these two reads. So, excuse me, for February, yes, Polybius will definitely be on there. And another one I really hope to get to finally in February is this. With the Roman Empire, we've got The Fires of Vesuvius, Pompeii Lost and Found by Mary Beard. I've read Mary Beard's SPQR. I also read her Women in Power, maybe, manifesto, her little booklet, or not booklet, but it's a short book. So I'm interested in this, in finding out more about Pompeii and also what we know of Roman culture through Pompeii. So those are the books that I really am trying to commit to definitely getting to, if I have time. Now, our quarters are 3 months, and I've only talked about 2 months. The reason that I'm not entirely sure how the rest of the quarter is going to go, especially March, is because I've also committed this year to reading, you can see it right here, Stephen King's The Stand for March of the Mammoths, which is a booktube event where people read a mammoth on their shelf, which is, I think, over 800 pages. Something especially that maybe they've been putting off for a long time, and finally cracking it open and getting to it. And this is the year where I'm going to start reading, finally, this Stephen King books that are on these shelves, at least starting to go through them. So I don't know if The Stand is going to take up a lot of time, or I know it will, but I don't know how much exactly. There's also another book that I don't want to mention necessarily, that because there's a group read going on. I don't know if I'm going to participate or not. I'm kind of like chomping at the bit, but I don't want to bite off more than I can chew. So I don't know if I'm going to participate in that. So the 2 books, this is a very rambling way of saying it, that I might get to. These are books I also was hoping to get to last year for quarter one, but we will see. And they are first Charles Freeman, A.D. 381, Heretics, Pagans, and the Dawn of the Monotheistic State. So the rise of Christianity in the Roman Empire. So this is a possibility. And also, this is a fairly quick read, I think. So Alaric the Goth, An Outsider's History of the Fall of Rome. So these 2, again, are the big maybes if I get to them. Maybe I could even push this off possibly to maybe Midrash, which is a monthly event looking at religion. But I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not committing myself to that at all. So these are the 2 maybes. The rest are, I'm pretty confident I'll be able to get through for the first quarter of Historathon. So I'm going to make my stack here, tower. So my pile of possibilities includes Sapiens, graphic novel, volume 2, Hannibal, Polybius, The Fires of Vesuvius, AD 381, and Alaric the Goth. That's the big maybe. I'll definitely, though, be getting to the Babylonians and the first ghosts. If you've read any of these, I'd love to hear your thoughts. And I hope you can join us for Historathon 2024 and Quarter 1. Look at some prehistory and ancient history. And as always, thank you, BookTube.